everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. Today we're going to be doing my project pan update. This is one for the month of March, like the end of March, April update. I can't ever remember which month it's called. Today is going to be my April update for my project pan. We do have some empties. We have one. I'm going to be cheating a little bit. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm going to go in the same order that I did in the last month's update. So we're going to be starting out with an empty. This is the Bare Minerals Original Foundation. I finally used this guy up. I am so happy that I've used it up because it just lasted forever. A little bit of this powder went such a long way and it just took forever to completely use up. But I'm so happy that I did. So that is going to be rolling out of the project. The second product is the Beach Shield from Crave. This is an SPF and it's no longer on the market, but I have used up a ton of this. So this is where we were last month, and then I have used up this amount in a month. So this is something that I've been reapplying a lot, making sure that I'm putting enough of it on, and I've been using it every single day. So this was a huge jump in the product. I'm very happy with this. SPF is usually not something that I reapply in this kind of format. I do have a setting spray that has it in there now, but typically I wear makeup. But over the last month, I actually didn't wear a ton of makeup, so I was able to reapply my sunscreen if I was going to be outside or near a window or anything. So I think that's kind of like how I got this much amount of use. But I'm definitely feeling like I'll be using this up within the next month for sure, because this is a huge jump and there's just a little bit left. Next up is yet another empty. This is the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. I finished this up today. It's a couple days into April, but it's just when I could film it, so I went ahead and just went with this. But it had pretty steady progress since the beginning of the project. I'm very happy to have used it up. It's a great setting spray, but I'm excited to use the one from Colourpop. I want to use that one up, so we'll talk about that one in a minute, but I'm glad to have used this one up. The next product is one that I don't think I had as good of progress in. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer, and I typically this month wasn't even wearing a lot of makeup, but when I did, I was pretty much putting concealer on my eyelids, so I didn't even use this a ton. I just have it a little bit below where it was. So the purple mark is where we were last month, and then the brown mark is where we are right now. So I used up a tiny little bit of it. I still think it's a really great primer, and I will continue to use this and try and use it up. But yeah, I didn't really have a ton of progress on this one. The next couple products I feel like I didn't really use that much this month. I was just not wanting to reach for them. The first one is the e.l.f. Repressed Powder. When you guys saw this in my last update, it looked like a powder, and then I filmed a video where I turned it into a blush. So this is that blush, and I do have a little bit of pan in the new one where I repressed it, but this is so hardly pressed that it's honestly really difficult to use it and make it show up on the cheeks. So I'm kind of just ready to be done with it. I'm hoping I can push through and have it done in the next month or two, but I honestly don't really like it. It's just so hard pressed, and if it weren't, I'd probably love it because I love the color of it, but it's just not my favorite thing ever. I also didn't use this next blush a lot either. This was the Hourglass Mood Exposure Blush, and again, it doesn't have a ton of progress in it, but it's like a slow but steady wins the race kind of thing, I just hope I can hit pan in this by the end of the year. At this point, that would be amazing, but I feel like I'm still not that close to it. There is one pretty deep crack right here. It's really hard to show on camera though, so I'm hoping that's a good sign, but I'm really just not sure. So we're gonna kind of play it by ear. I do have a little bit of it on today on top of a cream blush. If you're curious of anything I'm wearing, it will be in the description below, but I do have a little bit of this on. The next product, I'm gonna cheat just a little bit, okay? This is the 430 Beauty Soak It Up Hyaluronic Acid Mask, this one. And it has the tiniest amount left in it, but I'm gonna call it an empty because I will use this today. I'm going to put this mask on today and finish it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and count it because I know I want to use it today. So I don't wanna call it not done and then have to deal with it for another month. I wanna go ahead and call it empty. I'm going to finish it up today, I promise. I will insert a picture of it empty and I'll take that picture today. Maybe I'll even try and show you guys the timestamp, but I'm gonna put this on today. It will be empty, I promise you. So we're calling it empty. I'm glad to not have this anymore. Honestly, it's just okay, and I don't really need it in my collection. So glad to have that gone. Sorry for the random clip, but this is the primer from e.l.f. that's been in the project, and this is the progress that we've made in the last month. I don't know how, but I totally skipped over this product in the video, so we're talking about it now. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one. We just have 2 more products to talk about. This next one I feel like probably is not going to look like it has any progress, even though I've used it a lot. I don't know why in the beginning this one had a ton. I think I might have been using it more for like a winged liner, and I've really just been I've really just been lining the waterline with this recently, but this is the Gilded Taupe eyeliner from NYX, and it's just something that I don't even have to sharpen every time I use it, and I don't want to sharpen it just to use up product, so it's something that's kind of taking a little bit longer than I might have thought that it would, but it's kind of like, again, steady progress, so I'm okay with it. The last product I'm also going to be calling empty. This is the Tarte Quench Lip Rescue in the shade Rose. I dug out a ton of it, but at this point, because of germs and all of the things going on, it's not really something I want to be doing like day to day, so it's like something where during my skincare routine, I was kind of digging it out, but then I don't really need like a tinted lip balm with that. So I did dig a lot of it out, but there's probably, you know, a few more uses I could get out of it, but I'm just, I don't know. I don't really want to be like digging the product out for that. This is something I really liked to wear during the day, and that's just not really something that the maintenance of it has been something that I'm willing to do. There is a bug flying around. But yeah, this is just a little bit like too high maintenance for me to have to figure out how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one empty as well. But when you twist it all the way up, you know, like you can't get any more out. So it is pretty far down in there. So I'm going to go ahead and call that one empty as well. So we had a lot of empties this month. I know in my last update, I said that I thought I would have at least 4, but maybe 5 empties. And we had 4. I really, really thought that this blush from e.l.f., like the powder that we turned into a blush, would be gone. It totally would be if it weren't so hard pressed, but it's just not. So maybe in the next month or 2 it will be. But I am very happy to have the 4 of these used up and out of my collection. So those are going to be rolling out of the project. So we currently have 6 products still in the project. So we have a few more products to roll in. So let's go ahead and talk about those. Okay, so to replace this setting spray from e.l.f., I'm going to go ahead and add in the Colourpop setting spray. I don't have a ton of this left, so this is just kind of like an encouragement to allow myself to use it more, because I have missed this setting spray so much while trying to pan the one from e.l.f. So I just want to kind of like reward myself from using that one up to being able to like justify using this one every day. It's just like a mental game we're playing here. So yeah, this one definitely has just a little bit left, but I'm going to go ahead and roll it into the project because it just feels fitting after finishing up the e.l.f. one. You guys might know I really like to kind of give myself a different level of like products that are almost gone or products that are more full. I don't really like the idea of like having a product and then it's almost brand new and then trying to use it up, because it feels like work to me and I don't like that in my makeup. I think I would get bored of things if I were using it that much for such a long amount of time. So I just want to keep it a little bit more realistic in this project, especially since this is my first one that I've really stuck to. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of like give myself a couple easy ones and we're going to be okay with it. Except for the foundation, I actually do think I'm going to go ahead and replace it with another foundation. And I don't have the goal of using this one completely up. I just want to use it until I'm bored of it. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Serum Foundation. And the reason I want to use this, well, you know what? As I'm saying that, I feel like I could use it up. So this is one that I sometimes forget about. I actually do have it on today with another product. Again, check the description. But I sometimes just like don't use this because it's such light coverage, but I forget how much I like mixing it in with other foundations, especially with the warmer months coming up. I just love a good dewy look, and I really like the way this one looks mixed in with other things. It's also really pretty by itself, so since I haven't been wearing makeup a lot lately, maybe this is something I will reach for, just reminding myself to use it, and I really enjoy it, so I should just use it on days when I don't want to wear a lot of makeup. Because typically when I want to do my makeup like full glam or something, I don't reach for this. So I think that it'll be nice to have this in here. Now this mark is from a video I did marking the usage of my foundation. I marked the line on all of my foundations just to see like how much I had used of them. And that was a little while ago. So I have it slightly lower than that now. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark it now. So this is where I had it when I marked that video, but this lower line is where it's at right now. It's about halfway used up, so I would actually really like to use up the whole rest of the product. I don't feel like it's that unreasonable, and because I've been using up so many foundations, I do think I'm going to put in the stipulation for myself that if I use this foundation up, since it is the Light Illusion one, that I can replace it or purchase the regular Light Illusion foundation once this one is used up. I'm going to kind of keep that into my low buy structure. I did pick up the Purito BB cream for my March purchase, and I kind of let myself do that because I knew that I was about to finish this one up, and then I had decluttered the one from e.l.f. I just want to keep my foundation collection a little bit more minimal than what it has been because it's really hard for me to use them up. So I think that's reasonable that when I use this one up, I can get that one. That's what I'm going to tell myself at least. So that's kind of like the stipulation with adding this one in the project. Next up, to replace the face mask from 43 Beauty, I'm going to go ahead and replace it with another skincare product. Now, this is from The Ordinary. This is the lactic acid 10% plus HA. I really, really like this. However, I want to try the Paula's Choice exfoliant. I'll put a picture up of it here. It's like the BHA, I think, one. And I have just been wanting to try it for so long, but I've gotten out of the habit of using this type of product. I know it makes such a big difference on my skin, so the purpose of putting in this video is like a dual purpose. I need to use it up because I know it's so good for my skin, and also because I want to use it up and get the Paula's Choice one. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of take care of two things with that, and I will enjoy using this up. So this is something I've been able to use on my skin daily. I don't have to use it weekly, so I do think it's reasonable to use it up within a couple of months. And I think I'll try the Paula's Choice one after that. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one in. And then in place of the lip product from Tarte, I'm actually going to replace it with a bronzer. I don't always feel like the need to replace things one for one. Now, this isn't a face palette, and I don't really have the goal of hitting pan on this, but I've just been enjoying it so much lately that I want to add it in and see how much progress I can get out of it. This is the Anastasia face palette in Italian Summer. This is extremely overpriced, but I love it so much. I love everything about it, like the packaging. I love the shades in it and the formula. But the bronzer I've been really enjoying because it's a deeper bronzer, but it just makes me feel like sun-kissed, and I just love the way that it looks. It barely has any use in it, really, because I just barely use it. So I want to keep it in for a couple of months, maybe through summer, see how much use I can get on it. And in the meantime, I'll probably be dipping into the two of these products as well, the highlight and the blush, because I'll be reaching into the palette. But I really want to see how much of a dip I can make in this bronzer. I do have a tiny dip in the highlight and the blush, so I think it'll be fun to kind of see how that will go. So that's going to be the 10th product that I add into the project. I mentioned that this project might kind of fluctuate in numbers, so I'm actually going to go ahead and add in another product. And this one, I guess I could have counted this one as being the product I was replacing the Tarte lip one with, but I decided I'm going to add in this gloss. This is the Kaja mini gloss shot in the shade Milk Tea. I love this so much, but I've been kind of like savoring it because it's my favorite. I don't want to use it up, but I do want to use it up because it's my favorite. So again, a little like contingency on this is that once I use this up, I can repurchase the full size of this shade only. I won't be getting like a set or anything like that. This is my favorite gloss ever, and even if I use it up, I know I'll have more glosses in my collection, but none of them are this gloss. It's my favorite, so I will allow myself to repurchase the same one, but I love it so much. It's like the juiciest gloss ever. I'm gonna put some on. It's so juicy. It doesn't get sticky at all, and it's just a stunning shade. I love it so much. I just think it's beautiful. So I think I want to add this one in again, just to kind of like remind myself that it's okay to use up products even if they're getting a little bit more low, and I can just use it up because I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and add in an 11th product, especially since I kind of put in a couple like gimme products that are going to be really easy. But those are going to be the 11 products moving forward for this project. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down below how many empties you think I will have next month. And I'm not gonna guess. I'm not gonna put a guess out there for how many I'm gonna have next month because we'll just be surprised together. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.